Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? Ah! Oh, middle of our joyride, and this ass. Oh, Doomgaze. Hey, how you doing, buddy?
It looks. You know what it reminds me of with those wires back there? Or it looks like something that the Empire could have created and just got loose.
Like, so you think it's like biomechanical?
Yeah.
You could definitely get that vibe. Yeah, you know what? I never really took those as wires. I just took them as like, you know.
Entrails?
Yeah, entrails.
It could be that too, but it could be wires.
Dreadlocks of some sort.
Shitlocks.
You know, yeah, shitlocks. Yeah, you know, Amano. Anyway, so yeah, you're not even safe in the air, ladies and gentlemen, because while flying, there is a chance you can run into Doomgaze, another creature that was released when the World of Ruin was.
Bro, looked like she just had a headache. Like, oh my god,
son of a bitch. Yeah. So when you run over a specific spot on the world map, you could run into Doomgaze. Now, Doomgaze has a lot of HP, like over 50,000 at this point. Pretty high from what we're used to. And he always starts the battle off with level 5 Doom. So if anybody's levels in a multiple of 5s, goodbye.
Alright.
After that, it'll do physical attacks every once in a while. It also has Arrow, which hurts. Unless you have magic that armor that absorbs wind, you don't have nothing to worry about. It also likes ice magic, but it hates fire, so give it the fire. But after you do enough damage to it, or after enough time passes, it will run away. Now, the thing about Doomgaze is that his HP doesn't restore in between battles, so it's only a matter of time when you kill it. Now, normally when I fight Doomgaze, I do nothing but that. I fight Doomgaze, I fly in the world map for a little bit until I run into it again until that sucker's dead.
Right.
But I realize I also got other things to do, so I'm going to wait until my party's a little beefier so that I can kill him in one fell swoop. Our reward for defeating Doomgaze is the Bahamut Magicite. The only place in the game where we can learn Flare. Off the top of my head anyway.
And you also boost your HP by a notable amount.
Oh yeah, you got a big HP boost when you level up.
Is that Cactuar actually just like fart? It looks like it's trying to wound you or something.
Well, it's dead, that's what it is.
Oh, 10
magic points and 10,000 gil for each Cactuar you killed. This is their debut.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Cactuar's debut.
Became Nazi symbols.
Oh, well, I can't unsee that now. Yeah, Cactuars debuted in Final Fantasy VI. They're called Cactrods in this game, you know, loosely. But, you know, Cactuars, as a lot of other games dictate, have incredibly high evasion. They're hard to hit.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a workaround to that. It's called Sniper Sight, which is a relic, which ensures a 100% hit rate, and Atma Weapon, which ignores defense. Because the Cactuar, besides having really high evasion, also has really high physical defense. So even if you manage to hit it, you're only hitting it for like 2 HP.
And this is a Hoover.
This is the other encounter that you can run into besides the Cactuar. This is the Hoover. Hoover's hurt. Crush. Booyah. Ow! Ow.
It's like that was a giant anus.
That was in the back row.
That looked like you got hit by a giant anus.
Let us never speak of this again.
Gotcha.
But Hoovers, they give good experience points, and they also give you 5 magic points. So they're pretty good, too, in case you don't run into Cactuars. But I run into Cactuars because, one, it's very safe to kill them when you have the Sniper Sight Atma Weapon combination. And, again, that's 10 magic points per kill, man. It's way easier to kill them than fucking Entangers when you're not using the Doom Glitch or the Snare Rodox Rage. But, you know, that's pretty... best place to grind magic, bar none. They're the rare encounters of the desert, but... You know, Hoovers, again, they're not too bad themselves. You just gotta put up with their sandstorms if they decide to counterattack with that.
Question.
What's up?
That, cavern is in the back of the, jail cell here. So, in other words, this connects to this cavern, where you're parked the castle.
Coincidentally, yeah.
If you park it in the other area, do you still have access to this dungeon?
What do you mean?
Right now we're parked near Kohlingen, right?
We're in between Kohlingen and Figaro.
If you move this, you can move this castle to the other spot.
Yes.
If you do that, do you still have access to this cave?
Only when you're stuck here.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I was gonna go, what the fuck?
So go into this. Well, after you get your airship, and when you head back into Figaro Castle and you want to use this device, you get jammed. And the old guy tells you, we seem to have bumped into something. Now you can choose to continue to explore. You can choose to continue on to Figaro or Kohlingen, whatever way you're going, or you can stop and explore. If you stop and explore and head through the jail cell, it looks like the thing you bumped into is the secret cave system. So, my adventure inside me is tingling. We have to explore this place.
By the by, why is Celeste's runic not working?
Celeste's runic not working because she has Atma weapon on.
And it only works for certain swords?
You cannot. Yeah, runic only applies to certain swords. You cannot use it with Atma weapon or flails of any sort, maces. Those are you can't runic with those. So that's why it's grayed out. But the thing about the encounters in this cave system is that they all have auto reflect, except for Master Pug. Tony, I thought we talked about this.
I thought you were supposed to get lost after you wrote about combat.
Tell me, who do you
now
hate
I'm
to
gonna
run
beat
into
you
more?
so hard, you're gonna be left with nothing more than a cry in the night.
Let me ask you something. If you were in a dark room and you felt this thing was the only thing between you and certain death, what would make you cry and feel more? Master Tombe or Master Pug? It's Tombe, right?
I think we should go with Tom Betty for the next meeting.
Yeah. Anyway, Master Pug or Master Tonberry is beefier Tonberry, but its strategy is relatively the same. First, well, not so much the same as that we can't cast Imp on it, but we can make it fall asleep.
Oh.
So you put it to sleep and start attacking with fire magic. Well, I have Fire 3 on standby now because off screen I grinded Cactars.
I don't blame you.
Because, again, the Tritalk gives you tier 3 magic at times 1. So, 10 Cactar fights later, and I have all my tier 3 magics with Terra only, because I only grinded Terra. I didn't want to waste all that time grinding everybody up.
I would have at least gotten the 3s on Terra, Celeste, and Realm.
That's what I usually do. Terra will be enough for the fight and for every other battle up.
I also get the 3s on Strago, just in worst case scenario.
Yeah. Well, if I got it on Terra and Realm already, that's already kind of overkill.
Seven, on the other hand, it's not going to get anything past 1.
I understand exactly. But yeah, you put
Which is actually kind of stupid on my part, considering if you beef up his magic stat so that his magical power is pretty much all part of his physical power, would it be such a bad idea?
No. But Sabin's my blitz man.
Same as a blitzer.
My blitz boy.
And your blitz boy has a lot of blitzes that are magical.
Yeah.
So, boof.
So boof.
Boost up the magic.
Boof, John.
What's the Gradius do for Terra?
The Gradius is a holy elemental dagger. Hurts. Because a lot of enemies here, I believe, are weak to holy. Well, the thing is that a lot of enemies here have auto reflect on. The goblin, the Figgalese, the Figgalese all have auto reflect, so you can't use magic on them. I mean, you could bounce magic back at them, but that's a pretty intricate setup. Wastes a lot of time. They don't like death though.
Right.
So just stick with your physical attacks here. The Gradius that we got from the Master Tomberry will do wonders for this. You know, because it's not just a matter of being holy elemental. It just has a lot of battle power, so you can lay on the pain. Really short amounts too.
Lay on the holy damage.
Lay on the holy power.
Bless them.
Pearl, bless ya.
I now have the image of a pope doing that shit. A war pope.
The war pope?
Yeah. Let he who's without sin kick the first ass.
Yeah. There's a hidden passageway to the left here of that chest. It's a shortcut to the area to the left there. I'm going the roundabout way because I want to get that chest.
So what's in this chest? It is
the Wing Edge. It is a long-range weapon for Locke, who's not in our party. By the way, Locke's alive.
Wait, what?
Locke's alive.
Oh, duh.
He's not dead. And Doom Darts for Setzer. Pretty much the dart weapon that we're already using that has properties of instant death. Every once in a while. It's like Shadow's Assassin.
Right. Which is why I equipped it.
Setzer's in your party at this point. Out of the, I think you mentioned Strago was one of the characters you didn't really utilize. Anybody else you didn't really see the need for?
Gogo, Umaro. At first, Mog. I ate my foot on that one. What else? I didn't really use much. Debatably, Shadow.
It's always Umaro and Setzer that I tend to use the least, unless I'm like purposely abusing Joker Doom,
right?
You know, for speedrunning purposes. But that's about it. You know, I can get use out of Strago. In fact, I'm gonna have an episode entirely dedicated to Strago. To talk about blue magic and his side quests in particular, but that'll be later.
So then you check him into the retirement home?
Yeah. And then we drop him and forget him. Like a bad bill.
Barbie, get the fuck out of here.
Collect the whole set.
There's also samurai and whatever the fuck.
Also comes with its samurai figure,
a woman, and a tumor toad.
Suriander.
Dude, it looks like a giant fucking tumor.
Yeah, I kind of
looks like that's one too many tumors.
Tumor toad. I like that name, tumor toad. Every Barbie comes equipped with their own samurai and tumor toad. So buy the whole set, you fucking sickos.
Or
you say you really can't confuse them. That's a shame. I try to use Noise Blaster when I can, just as for shits and giggles. So maybe you never know.
You're right.
The Samurai doesn't like fire, though. As you see, it went down with Fire 3. I love Tier 3 magic. It's just so awesome. I love when I get to the point in time of the game of the old Final Fantasies where I just learned Tier 3 magic. It's like, yeah, I'm getting there. Becoming all powerful. A bit of me, I may have said this in 4 as well, but a bit of me misses the numerical system with tier magic. You know, but I love Fire, Fira, and Faraga. Right. You know, because that in itself also sounds like a naturally sounding increase in power. But so did Fire 1, 2, and 3. You know, because 3 is
right, but it also sounds weird to cast. Faraga sits at least a little more natural compared to Fire 3.
Yeah.
And what are we doing here? This Doma?
Okay, so it turns out that the thing that we bumped into, besides the cave system, is an ancient castle that's been around since the War of the Magi, 1,000 years ago. Wow, we picked the thing to run into.
So apparently it's having a flashback now, and the castle's in such shitty disrepair then, too.
Yeah, because it's constantly being attacked by espers.
Whoa.
An Esper attack. Let's show him a bit of our Esper magic. So this is pretty much the War of the Magi in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen. Esper versus Espers. Humans with Espers fighting against humans with other Espers. And Espers fighting against other Espers. That's pretty much it. And this is just a piece of what kind of turmoil and destruction that war caused. So, in this ancient castle, yielded the power of Odin. This is where Odin resided. What was the name of this place? Baron. Sounds familiar.
The geezer? The hairy guy?
No. I'm just making fun of that. We never get a name with this castle, but I always called it Baron because.
Yeah, if you looked at it like that way, it looked like Odin was on like one of those sticks, those little metal poles, and the thing just rides out like.
Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. Atom Edge is what they call Zantensuken for this.
Neener.
I like the name Atom Edge because it gives implications that you're carving an atom in half.
Right.
You know, which I wouldn't recommend doing.
Wait, I think...
so.
Yeah.
There's an ancient legend. It tells of a battle between Odin and a powerful sorcerer that took place in the great hall of the castle.
What was the sorcerer's name? Cypher.
Sounds like a douche.
He does.
And then Rum just says douche. One word. So we got some goodies to collect here in the ancient castle, such as a monster in a box. Oh,
that's not a goodie.
That's not a goodie at all. Katana Soul, an undead samurai? What else is new?
Whirlwind, apparently.
Anyway, very easy strategy for this guy. This guy has a lot of attacks up in his arsenal. But he doesn't like being confused. So give him a confuse.
Or muddle his brain.
Muddle, as this game calls it. He's seeing birds in the air. He hates birds. He's trying to swat the birds away, and while doing that, he kills himself. And there you go. Yeah, but Katana still has a lot of attacks up his sleeve. He hates poison, if you want to go elemental weaknesses. And, Slayer's Edge is what he uses to attack you guys with. I think after 6 turns, either physical or magical attacks, he changes his battle strategies to reflect on what you hit him with. It's almost in a way like the Lost Number battle in 7. But
offering?
Yeah, give him a confuse, real easy kill. Our reward is the offering. Changes fight to X fight. 4 attacks, 1 turn.
4 attacks?
4 attacks, 1 turn. The damage is divided up on those 4 attacks. So in a way, it's kind of like a double attack.
Right.
Because if, say, Celeste's normal attack before equipping the offering was 1,000, then X fight would change her individual strikes to 500 4 times. So you're essentially doing 2,000.
Right.
Double what you normally do. But there are weapons that ignore that stipulation, such as the Atma weapon, which ignores the offerings special.
Because it has its own calculation that takes precedence.
Yeah, it has something to do with Atma Weapons algorithm that overrides the offerings algorithm.
Box set?
Yeah, I mean, we had Barbies earlier.
Well, what's the
so
box
where do you think the Barbies come from? The box set.
Fuck.
Just like every other enemy, though, they also have auto reflect on, so you can't use magic on them unless you bounce it back at them. As I'm demonstrating now. Sorry, Edgar.
Oh.
I kind of forgot.
And again, he's by lightning.
Yeah. It's a fucking natural lightning rod.
A bad luck.
Hell, man, we can just think of nicknames for all these characters. I mean, well, throughout the years, throughout the Final Fantasies that we play, any character that sticks out normally, Cecil's a Jinx, Edgar's a lightning rod, Edge is a corpse,
Ram's a brat.
Rab's a brat. That's all I can think of anyway, because Edgar really doesn't like lightning.
So we sing. Damn it!
Wait, that attack was called Mirror Orb!
Well, what fire was to Sora, lightning is to Edgar.
And there you go, that's the offering taking effect there.
Cool. Do you get 2 offerings for 8 times the attack?
No, but there is a way you can get 8 times the attack.
Valiant Knife?
Can we talk about offering combined with the Genji Glove?
Yes.
Yes. In fact, yes. The offering attacks 4 times with each weapon. So if you have 2 weapons on, you attack 8 times. 8 fucking times. But it looks like the statue of Odin was left here intact, in comparison to the castle, which looks like shit. But Odin teaches us
one.
media at *1 rate.
But he also boosts your speed by 1.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking nifty.
That really is.
But we're not done here yet.
What else we gotta do?
It's an ancient castle, don't you know? There's gotta be all sorts of secrets here. Hell, we got an offering earlier. We got Odin Magicite. This room, I think, only exists to tell you that there's another room down there that has the offering treasure box. You dope. So we're gonna head to the right here. Because,
as soon as you get out of this battle with the lethal weapon.
Well, lethal weapon? What the fuck? You know, I'm pretty sure in some ROM hack this is Omega.
Huh?
You know, I'm pretty sure in some ROM hack this is Omega.
I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be a movie reference.
Lethal weapon?
Yeah.
They don't look like cops to me.
It also has auto reflect too.
Also has auto reflect, yes. Lethal weapon has can have a pretty dangerous combination of launcher. Well, it has 2 missile attacks. One is just a straight up missile, which misses horribly. The other is launcher, which does gravity-based missile damage. And it has a diffuser, which is lightning-based.
Poor Edgar.
So it can potentially, if you're really unlucky, follow up launcher with diffuser, which can kill the party if they don't absorb the attack. Luckily, I have 2 characters that can do just that. Edgar, on the other hand.
Edgar, on the other hand, enjoys an Edge cameo.
Ah, you know, I just noticed those 2 mounted cannons on the bottom of the sprite.
You didn't?
No, I always noticed the spider legs first.
Right.
And its head.
Its head looks like a penis.
Yeah, it has 2 dicks.
Double the barrel, double the pleasure.
I'm shooting blanks. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, it's been around for 1,000 years. I imagine its machine guns are pretty much wrecked at this point too.
Yeah, I'm surprised machines are still able to live around here. The hell, man.
That's
the kind of war that's the kind of war that happened.
Right.
Oh, a little sparkling on the library shelf. A book with a gem-encrusted cover. Queen's Diary.
The Tantarian?
I realize now that I am in love with Odin. This breaks every rule in our society. But my heart longs for this noble, elegant man. Hey, I mean, not for nothing. Behind the armor of Odin, I'm pretty sure he's a human being.
Yeah. Just, you know, with horns.
Yeah. Love between a human and an Esper.
Well, actually, yeah, it's like mirrors what Tara went through. I would have loved it if Tara had some more exposition about this.
Yeah, well, you only get that piece of dialogue when Tara's in your party.
Oh, I see.
So...
See, Tara, you're not alone. What was
that? A secret switch, 5 steps past the king or queen's chair. I don't remember what tells you about that. That is something I've always known. Like, my uncle told me about that the first time. Is like, when you get to this place, take 5 steps south from the chair and hit the A button. I was like, okay. I did it, and I was like, okay. But where in the game does it tell you about that? I don't know. But anyway, it's a secret passage that has a dragon, first off. Shit. Okay, Blue Durgan.
And it... You know what? It's actually a serpentine dragon, like a worm. That's actually pretty cool.
I do like the design of this one.
I do too.
Even though it is pretty much a standard dragon design, as we'll see later down the road.
It's a worm, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, Blue Dragon utilizes water-based attacks, and off-screen, or I may have done it on-screen, I'm not sure. I equipped the Imp's armor on Realm and
You just
Edgar.
did that.
Yeah, so they're going to be absorbing all the water attacks. Meanwhile, Terra and Celeste won't have nothing to worry about because their armor is pretty much pimped out as is. This is an easy fight, folks. Hates lightning-based damage. So Edgar, close your eyes as I hit it with Bolt 3. And Bolt 2. But
I imagine they're trying that and somehow it still hits Edgar.
Blue Dragon, I know, I like saying Durgan, folks. Blue Durgan is special in where if any of your characters has haste on, it will counterattack with, it'll cast slow on itself, and then it'll cast Rippler. Rippler is a blue magic that switches the stats of the person it's targeting and itself. So it switches your haste with its slow. Forewarning, if you have Terra in Trance or Shadow in this fight, you do not want to get hit with Rippler. Well, more in Shadow's case than Terra, because if the Blue Durgan uses Rippler on Terra's Trance, it takes the Trance. It gets double the attack and magic.
Yeah.
In Shadow's case, Interceptor, as we had discussed way earlier in the Let's Play, is considered a status effect of Shadows. Rippler takes Interceptor permanently, unless you somehow get it to use Rippler again to give it back to Shadow. So that's a really nasty glitch that I think they fixed for the advanced translation.
Sarah!
You can lose Shadow permanently thanks to Rippler.
Right.
So don't bring Shadow into the fight. I'd rather just not risk that entirely.
So, Odin is now right. I didn't even use Odin once.
No, because let's talk about this for a second here. Now, Odin what was the buff? Speed?
Speed, and he taught you Meteor.
It taught you Meteor. When you talk to the Queen, the petrified Queen statue, Odin gets a level up to Raiden or Raiden, whatever you pronounce it. You lose Meteor, but you learn Quick, and that's the end of the part. But Quick is obnoxious. It's a really obnoxious spell. It gives you double the commands.
Holy fuck nuggets!
Combined with X Fight, Gem Boxes, well, Celestriads, I guess in this case, or Soul Thamaza. That's what it's called in the advanced translation. This is, again, I just got another way to win the game easily.
Do you want to show that off in its own separate part, all the fun you can do with it?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to be showing off what Quick can do in, like, the later half of the game. Well, the later half of the game.
Well, folks, let's not keep you in suspense. We'll see you soon enough when we get to that. Later.